Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, welcome back in this very special class. So today you will ask me questions regarding English speaking course or English speaking, and I'll help you and I'll provide you the answers for your questions. Okay, so go ahead and ask the questions regarding English speaking. So Umar Manzoor saying good evening sir, very good evening Umar Manzoor. B2K, good evening sir, very good evening Mr. B2K. Basically you can ask me questions regarding English speaking and I will help you to know the answers. Good evening sir, Usman Wani, very good evening my dear students, and thank you for being so excited and interested in learning English speaking. So you can ask me questions regarding English speaking and I will help you how to start as a beginner. So the first question on my screen is, sir, when you start your English career? Basically, I have started speaking English 1 year ago. Okay, but before that I was teaching students in a private school, and I have experience of 6 to 7 years in teaching students in private schools. But if I talk about helping students to learn English speaking, it started just 1 year ago. Okay, I thought that English speaking is the need of the hour, and there are millions of students in Kashmir and in country. So why shouldn't I help them to speak English confidently and fluently? Because they are looking for better job opportunities in the market. So we have Said Rehan, good evening sir. We have at the rate of John Dania, good evening sir, good evening. Okay, basically today is the live Q&A, any questions and answers. So I have provided one answer for B2K's question. When you started your English career? Try to ask me questions regarding English speaking. Because learning, it's a two-way process, and when you are involved in asking questions, you are bound to learn better. Second question is from B2K. Sir, how you speak English fluently and confidently? Basically, as a beginner, if you want to speak English fluently and confidently, first let's learn about fluency. Fluency is basically speaking English without any hesitance, without getting stuck, without having blank mind. You must have words and sentences ready. You must have trained your mind and tongue so that the words and sentences come easily out of your mouth when you are having conversation in English. So now the question is how you speak English fluently and confidently. Basically, fluency comes from the practice, and confidence also comes from practice and preparation. So when you are fully prepared and when you practice on a daily basis for 15 to 20 minutes, then you become fluent at it. Initially you will find it hard to speak in English fluently and confidently, but over a period of time, when you are used to this process, when you know how to speak, what to speak, and then gradually your fluency and your confidence increases. Because I have been in such situations for a long period of time. I have experience of years. That's why I can speak in front of any audience. Doesn't matter if you are live or you are offline, you are, as an audience, you are in front of the stage. I can give or provide the lecture or any topic without being scared or fearful. How? Because I have practiced this process, I have experience. So you have to practice on regular basis. it is not necessary that you have to practice for 2 or 3 hours, but if you practice for just 15 minutes, just 10 minutes, take 10 to 15 minutes out of your daily schedule and learn 5 to 10 sentences on daily basis. Practice those sentences over and over and over again. It is said that repetition is the mother of all skill. When you repeat the process very often, then you become confident as well as fluent. Okay, because you have the right resources right now. You have YouTube, you have Khursheed sir, you have Chat GPT, you have AI, you have Facebook, you have so many resources right now to make you fluent and to build your vocabulary. Just use those resources in your favor. Usman Wani says, what are some recommended resources for improving spoken English? Basically, the best way to improve spoken English is learning with a group of students, with the real human beings. There are so many resources right now where you can learn English speaking. For an example, you have different kinds of apps right now, Duolingo and other apps. Okay, you can also talk on these platforms in English, but the best experience you get while you are in group of real students. You are talking to real humans. The stimuli, the response is the best. So the best thing to do is joining the group of students who are on the same boat, who are in the same situation as a beginner, and you will not feel shy, you will not feel scared or fearful of making mistakes. Okay, the best thing to improve is joining group of students, but real students. Okay, then you can have daily conversations for 5 to 10 minutes, and definitely you're gonna improve a lot. Okay, so if you don't have the online if you don't have money or other things, yes, you can read books, learn sentences, and then try to speak those sentences to yourself in front of the mirror. And you can also record your voice on mobile phone, because everything right now is in your hands. You have to know how to use the technology in your favor. Okay, you have YouTube, you have Khursheed sir, you have books, you have Chat GPT, you have speaking apps. There are lots of resources, but you must have that kind of strong desire. Be consistent. Jan Danya is asking, how is English language different than Urdu language? Because here we have different kinds of rules. In speaking Urdu, we have different kinds of rules. Okay, so basically the structure is different. The writing format is different. So the exposure is different. The accent is different. So in this way, English language is different from Urdu language. Okay. But the motive of every language is to share your ideas, make other people understand what is your idea, what you are talking about, transferring your idea. English is also a language, Urdu is also a language. The difference is in the structure. Okay. So in writing Urdu sentences, we use the alphabets in Urdu. So in writing English sentences, we use English alphabets. So that means the difference is in the structure, and then how you speak, and then the difference comes in fluency. If English is not your mother tongue, then you will not have the fluency like you will have in your mother tongue, like Urdu, Hindi, or Kashmiri. So there is a lot of difference between many languages, especially in Urdu language and English language. When we have no one to speak with him, what is the best method? When you don't have anyone to speak, you can speak to yourself. Simple formula. Because I didn't have the teacher, guide, mentor, so how I learned? I recorded the videos in English, and I did not upload those videos. It is not necessary to upload those videos. Why should I upload my videos if I'm not good at English speaking? But for knowing where I should improve, what to do, how can I become more fluent, and how can I build a strong vocabulary, and then you watch those videos, your videos, and then you improve the next time. This is the way to become better at English speaking. But the question is very beautiful. If there is no one to speak with, basically there are millions of students to speak with. But if you cannot afford, if you don't have any access to those groups or online courses, you can talk to yourself. You can talk to your family member. You can talk to your friend. The best thing you can do is to talk to yourself in front of mirror or inside your room. Usman Wani, how can I improve active listening skills? That's a great question, Mr. Usman Wani, you are asking right now, because this type of question needs some caliber, and you have that caliber. Basically, active listening is also a wonderful skill, because most of the people, when they are in a conversation, they want to speak a lot, but they don't want to listen. So this is a huge difference. It is said that listening is caring. When you listen, actively listen to the conversation, to the points or statements of other friend or other people, it means that you are showing respect for them. But what most of the interviewers do, they interrupt while the conversation, they complete the sentence of the speaker. So it is not a good skill, it is not a good thing to do. You must provide the time to complete, you must provide the time for the speaker to complete his or her statement. You should not complete his or her statement, so it's not a good thing to do. How can I improve active listening? Simple answer. If you want to improve your listening skill, you just have to listen. Be patient. Okay, be patient. First thing, don't try to complete the sentence of the speaker. Are you getting me? यानी कोई बात कर रहा है और उसको बोलने में थोड़ा सा मतलब टाइम लग रहा है, तो दूसरा क्या करता है, उसका सेंटेंस बोल लेता है. सो इट्स अ big blunder, mistake. Don't complete the sentence of other people. Let them talk, let him or her talk. So when you have your turn, you can talk easily. But to become active listener, you have to build the patience. You have to care for other person, what he is saying. You have to be focused. Don't be distracted while having the conversation with the other person. Okay? Remove the distractions like mobile phones, calling on your phone. So these are all distractions. You should not be distracted. Then you will actively listen to the speaker. And don't try to overpower him. He has his own uniqueness. You have your own strengths. Let him complete his topic or state. Don't try to complete his statement. Usman Wani says, thanks, sir, for giving the answers, and thank you for asking me the right questions. So basically, we are learning the overall development, because education is actually an all-round development of a person, whether it is writing, whether it is reading, whether it is listening, whether it is speaking, because you cannot be a good speaker if you are not a good listener. First try to be a good listener, and then try to learn from other people, because every person knows something more than you. It doesn't mean that he knows everything, but he knows something. So it is better to keep mum while having the conversation with other people. It is said that you learn more by listening than speaking. So it's a wonderful skill. I will repeat this important sentence. You learn more from listening than speaking. If you speak, that means you are just repeating your experience. But if you are listening, you are getting new experience, new ideas from other people. If you just speak, that means you are not learning, you are just repeating your experience. You are not learning something new. But when you speak, when you listen to the other person, it means that you are gaining his experience, his knowledge. How to change our accent? Basically, we have the primary two accents: American accent or British accent. Got it? But why should we change our accent? We are unique people. I'm Kashmiri, or we are Indians, or we are living in a beautiful place. So why should we change our accent? Because we are not Britishers or Americans, we should not try to copy their accent. Why? Because if I speak in my accent like Kashmiri or Indian, that means I am unique person. I am not American. I am not, British person. So what is the need to change our accent? If you are really desiring to change your accent, you can simply listen to the speech of the Britishers or Americans. If you want those kinds of accent. If you want to have British accent, you must watch the videos of the people who have British accent. Simple. If you want to have American accent, you must watch and listen to the videos of the people who have American accent. Isn't it simple? But I am not willing to change my accent. I will look strange if I use British or American accent. But if you want to have that kind of accent, go for it. There is no restriction. I am not holding you back from learning the American or British accent. You are free to do whatever you want to do. But for myself, I will not change my accent. Why? Because when I have Kashmiri accent and I know how to speak English, it makes me unique. Guess what? If I have American or British accent, it means you are resembling with Americans or Britishers. I should have my uniqueness, own uniqueness. Okay. While talking, how to change our accent while talking. I have given you the formula. What type of accent do you want to have? American or British accent? Indian accent? The people who live in Africa, they have different kind of accent while they speak English. Britishers have different kinds of accent. Americans have different accent. So why don't they say that I should have American accent? Why Britishers don't say we should have American accent, or American people say we should have British accent? They are unique in their own accent. So we should be proud of having our own accent, like Kashmiri. I'm the Kashmiri, or I'm the Indian, for an example. I have the Indian accent. So it's good to have the Indian accent or Kashmiri accent. American accent. Okay, if you want to learn American accent, you are free to do that. Just type on YouTube about American people who have American accent and just listen to their videos, listen to their speech. That's so simple. What is the role of a teacher? Basically, the role of a teacher is to help his or her students to achieve their goals. Simply, what is the role of the teacher? For an example, I'm the math teacher. So my role is to help you to solve the problems of maths. So if I'm an English teacher, my role is to help you to provide the material, the ways, so that you can learn English speaking. That's it. Isn't it? This is the primary role of a teacher, to make justice to his profession. Okay, what's my primary focus? My primary focus or goal is to help you to speak English confidently, fluent. That's it. And then there are other aspects as well. How to build a character, how to build other personality, how to build other things. Okay, so those are secondary questions. Wani Hamid, American accent. Okay, Jan Daniel says, what is the most difficult thing about English for you? Okay, मेरे लिए सबसे मुश्किल चीज कौन सी है इंग्लिश के बारे में? मेरे लिए basically it's all about practice. It's all about taking the initiative. So if I don't take the initiative of learning a new skill, it means it will feel very difficult for me to learn that skill. Basically, English speaking, it is a skill. So how we learn any kind of skill? Just taking the initiative, just starting and learning about that kind of particular skill. So I know that if I am struggling about something, initially I will struggle, initially I will have the hard time, but when I repeat the process, it becomes like playing cricket for me. I'm not having any kind of anxiousness, or I'm not having any kind of fear right now speaking English. I don't think that I have any kind of difficulty in speaking English. Why? Because initially every new skill is hard to learn, but I have repeated the process for so many times, months or years, then it has become very easy for me to speak English. So right now I'm not finding anything difficult for me. Yes, maybe there are other things I have not giving you the suggestions for those things, but right now about speaking English I'm not finding anything difficult. Yes, I'm not perfect, I'm still learning, still improving, but I don't fear anything. Reading, writing, speaking, listening, which is the best skill to do? B2K has asked a wonderful question. Reading, writing, speaking, listening, which is the best skill to do? Best skill, basically, if you are asking about English speaking, then I can say first listen and then speak. Because if you don't, these are independent, these are dependent skills. First you have to listen a lot, then you can speak. And guess what? If I am a child, so I want to learn my mother tongue, maybe Kashmiri or English or Urdu or Hindi, but I'm not listening to anybody who is speaking my mother tongue. I may be dumb. I may not speak because I'm not hearing someone speak anything. So for speaking, first thing is to listen. So when you listen a lot, then comes the second important skill, speaking. But these four basically skills are for the proficient person. Proficient person, who is excellent at reading English, who is excellent at writing the spellings or sentences in English, who is excellent at listening, who is excellent at speaking. These are four different skills. But if you ask me only for learning English, I will suggest you two skills: listen a lot, then speak a lot. But if you also want to become proficient in reading, then you must have this skill. If you want to be proficient in writing, then comes the expertise. Yani you are very proficient at these four skills. But for speaking, you need just listening and speaking. That's it. You don't need reading and writing, because a child doesn't read, a child doesn't write, he just listens and speaks. He just copies or imitates his mother tongue or her mother. And in this way, he learns his mother tongue. Okay? So I'll ask you the question, simple. B2K, how did you learn your mother tongue? For an example, you are speaking Kashmiri. How did you learn Kashmiri? When you were a child, you listened a lot from your parents, and then you imitated, you copied those words and sentence. Initially, it was hard for you, but after 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, you are very good at your mother tongue, aren't you? Right now, this is the formula: listening and then speaking. Because you did not read, you did not write anything about learning Kashmiri. Did you read at your home? No. Did you write at your home? No. You just listened and then you spoke. And in this way, you have become a wonderful speaker, right? Usman Wani, why do you want to become English teacher? And what is the beginner skill? First, I will cover the question of Mr. Usman Wani. Basically, every person has to do something in his or her life. So, a person should be a teacher, should be a service provider, business person, entrepreneur. He can be anything he desires or wants. Okay? Because if I don't become an English teacher, then what will I do? I have been the teacher throughout my life, maybe for 15 years. That's why teaching comes naturally to me. Okay? It is very easy for me to teach students because I have been in such position. I have taught thousands of students so far. That's why teaching comes very easy to me. Okay? It becomes very easy for me to teach students. I can do other kinds of stuff, but it will take me a lot of time to know about those things. Why teaching? Because I like teaching or helping the people to solve their problems. That's why I have chosen this field. Okay? I like to express myself. That's why I have so many different kinds of YouTube channels. I want to share the knowledge and experience I have. That's why I want to become, or I have become, the teacher. Why English teacher? Because there is the need of English teacher. Millions of students want to learn English speaking, and I have found the idea, executed the idea at the right time. So you must have that creativity because there is the demand of learning English. So you should be such creative person that you know the demand in the market. Then you should provide your service, provide your product or help to solve the problem of students. That's why I have become English teacher. And what is the beginner skill? What do you mean by that? What is the beginner skill? B2K. We will just have 2 minutes, then we will conclude the session. Are you asking me what is the first step for English learning? Is it? The first thing as a beginner, you must have that desire. Do you have that desire to speak English, to learn English? This is the first step. If you have the desire, then you have to search for the ways to learn English speaking. Find a mentor or teacher or guide who can help you to learn English. This is the best way. Find a mentor means find a teacher or guide who can show you the roadmap of becoming fluent English speaker. This is it. This is the formula of learning. So when I am having any question, I search on Google, on Chat GPT, on YouTube. There are the mentors who solve your problem. Just type your problem and you get the solution. And if you will follow me, for an example, as a beginner, I will tell you, I will help you how to become proficient English speaker. Because I know first step, second step, third step. I will provide you those steps and you just have to follow. If you don't follow those steps, then you cannot learn English speaking. Not only English speaking, if you don't follow your mentor or guide, you cannot speak, you cannot learn any kind of skill in the world. You must surrender. I'm learning from experts, successful people. You should learn from your teacher. So if you don't obey your teacher, if you don't follow his teachings or guidelines, then you are not a good student. How can you be a good teacher if you are not a good student? What inspired you to be an English motivational speaker? Really, am I an English motivational speaker, or I am an English teacher? Do you think I am a motivational speaker in English? I have told you that I like to speak, I like to express my knowledge, I like to express myself, and that's why I try different kinds of stuff. That's why I teach students, I help people. I like to share my ideas with people. Because when you share your ideas, you become better at it. You apply those things that you haven't applied yet. So basically, no one inspired me to become an English teacher. I just wanted to execute new idea, and English speaking course or idea struck my mind, and I applied this. This is the formula. I don't take much time, thinking about the idea. If I think that this is beneficial idea, I just execute that idea. That's it. If I am ready or not, I just, if I right now learn new thing right now while teaching you, I will just apply it within few minutes. I'm not ready to apply it, but still I will apply it. This is the formula of becoming successful. If you have any kind of idea but you are not executing or applying, that means you will not gonna be successful. If you have a wonderful idea, just execute it, because no one is perfect while starting. Then you improve on daily basis, what to do, what not to do. And do you think I was like I am speaking English right now? I was the same person when I started the first class? No. I was different a person at that time when I first provided the English lecture. But right now I have the experience of more than 1 year in English speaking, I'm saying. But at that time I had different kinds of challenges with me. But I have surpassed those challenges. Right now I'm in front of you. So you have to do the same thing. Just have the clarity. What do you want to have? What do you want to learn? Just look for the support. Mentor, books, YouTube videos, chat GPT, AI. But you have to choose the best thing that will definitely help. If there is, for an example, if there is book to read, if there is live classes with a mentor, if there is chat GPT, if there is YouTube, what will I do? If I have the paying capacity, I will definitely go with a mentor. I will definitely surrender with a mentor, to a mentor. I will buy his or her live class. I will not read his or her book, but if I don't have the capacity to pay the live class for the live class, then I will read his or her books. If I don't have that kind of money to purchase his or her book, then I will watch his videos on YouTube. If I don't have the access to YouTube, then I will search on chat GPT or you are saying that my voice is not clear? Am I not clear right now? Am I audible? Hello. B2K is writing, sir, your voice is not clear. Really? So you can help me by writing any message. Am I audible right now? Can you hear me right now? Mr. Indian Hacker. Okay. So if you have any lost question right now, you can ask me. So now we will conclude our session, and inshallah on next Saturday we will meet again, and you will have more questions prepared for or about English speaking. Sir, yes, sir, you are audible right now. Okay, thank you. B2K. Okay, thank you, dear students, and you have invested your precious time in a good thing. You are investing your valuable time in learning a new skill. So it's a great thing to do. Okay. So I really appreciate your time and your comments, your efforts, because you have that desire to be a wonderful English speaker. So inshallah on next Saturday we will meet again. So till that time it's time to say in Allah's protection, bye bye, fi amanillah, and have a good night. So if you didn't subscribe yet, subscribe our channel and also share with your friends and colleagues. So if you want to have live classes with us, you can contact us on our WhatsApp number 9596231436. I will repeat the phone number 9596231436 for live conversation with other students. Thank you, every student.